A lot of us have allowed doubt, negativity, insecurities to rob us of a future that is so bright. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to All About Jen. I am so excited that you guys have returned for my very next video. Now, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded and recorded some new YouTube videos, but I am back and I'm so happy to be back. I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Happy that it's a new year and it's a new video, and I hope you guys are happy and doing really well. I just want to point out that I reached a little bit over 100 subscribers and have been getting my views up into the thousands, and I'm so thankful for you guys just showing your support, watching my videos, especially the moving from New York to Atlanta video. That was a really popular one and you guys had a lot of questions. If I don't make a video about some of the questions that you guys had for me, I will most certainly leave a reply and answer some of your questions. So make sure that you've subscribed. If you are a new viewer, subscribe to my channel, show some love, comment down below, and follow me on Instagram at allaboutjen_. Some of you have already followed me on Instagram, and I'm happy to see that you guys are interested and that you're really liking the content that I'm posting. I also want to share with you guys a recent interview that I did actually in the summer. It was with Voyage Atlanta, and Voyage Atlanta is an online magazine or publication that showcases inspiring stories of people throughout the Atlanta area. So I was fortunate enough to be interviewed by Voyage Atlanta as one of their inspiring stories, and I really wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm gonna include a link for the interview in the description box below so that you guys can check it out, because I get really candid about why I help others, why I do what I do. I share a lot of intimate details of my life in hopes that it can inspire somebody else, in hopes that somebody can connect with my story and know that they're not alone and know that there's greater on the horizon for them. So please check that out and let me know what you guys think about it. So as you can tell by the title below, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about how to manifest your goals in 2020. Oh my goodness. I know at the beginning of every year, people like to set enormous goals for themselves, and I know it can seem a little bit cliche and kind of corny. People like to say, new year, new me, and it's like, nope, it's still the same you. Don't want to be shady. I definitely would love to share some tips on ways to set goals for yourself, realistic goals for yourself, and also how to crush those goals, because it's crucial that you have a vision for your life. And so some of us may not even have goals for the new year, for this year, 2020. I know that when I got asked, oh, what are your goals for 2020? I was kind of like stuck. Like I was like, what are my goals? I hadn't even put much thought into it. And that may be the case for some of you out there too. Like, you know, you may not even know how to answer that question. You may not have thought about what your goals might be. So I definitely want to delve into that conversation a little bit deeper in this video. So let's jump right in. So step number one, pretty straightforward, very simple. Write down your goals. Okay, write down your goals. It is so important for us to write down our goals. Why? Because a lot of us, like I said before, may not know or have goals for ourselves, but what we do have are ideas in our minds. We have an idea in our minds of what we want our life to look like, what kind of things we want, what kind of relationships we want to build, what kind of career we want to have, how much money we want to make. We have some sort of idea of the type of lifestyle that we would like to live. Even if you just have ideas for the time being that have not really been formulated into an actual goal, it's so important to at least get your ideas down on a piece of paper. For some of us, this can happen in any form or fashion. It doesn't necessarily have to be words written down on a piece of paper. It can actually be turned into a vision board. Me, another way that I was able to kind of get my ideas out for my life out of my head and into the real world was by creating an album on my phone. So what I did was I created an album from scratch, and I entitled that album My Happy Life. And what I would do is I would screenshot pictures of different things. I would screenshot a picture of a couple that I admired, exemplified, having a healthy marriage or having good communication. I mean, people that had really been married for quite some time, really showcased what it meant to have a successful marriage. And I would screenshot pictures of that, screenshot pictures of a beautiful home. I think it's really important to also include images that reflect what it means to be healthy mentally, emotionally, socially, and physically. So I would screenshot pictures and put them in my phone because I knew I was always going to be on my phone. All right, you guys, some of you even need to get this information, these ideas out however way you want to do that, however way you want to go about it, whether it be a vision board, whether it be written down on a piece of paper, whether it be typed up in your laptop or computer, or whether it be in the notes section of your phone, or whether it be in the photo album of your phone. Wherever it is that you're going to look back at it and be reminded. Us as humans, we tend to forget. Let's be real with ourselves. We're gonna forget what we're setting out to do sometimes, especially when we're living day in and day out and taking care of our responsibilities. Our goals can sometimes take the back seat of our lives, and we tend to forget, and next thing you know, we really haven't gotten any closer to what we're trying to achieve. So when I say put your vision board in a place where you're going to pass by that vision board, whether it be when you wake up in the morning or whether it be when you're about to leave the house, so that you're able to be reminded of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Let's say when you're packing for a vacation, right? You can easily forget a toothbrush, deodorant, whatever it is that you need to bring, but you're most likely gonna forget. You put it in a place that you're gonna pass by so that you can be reminded to take it with you. So I like to leave all the things that I need out at least a day in advance so that this way I don't forget something by the time I reach my destination. I know it can seem like such a simple step, like what's the point of writing down my goals? I already know what's in my mind. But like I said before, you guys, it is so powerful and it's so effective when you can get the ideas in your mind from the intangible to the tangible, from the invisible to the visible, because it helps us to be able to manifest those things as we continue to meditate on them, as we continue to read those goals, as we continue to look at those goals. Vision for your life gives you a focus so that you are not aimless in your endeavors and aimless in your pursuits. So many of us are living a fast life, but I read this quote that said, direction is more important than speed because many of us are going nowhere fast. Go on Instagram and you see so many people that you may think that they're successful and really they have no sense of vision for their life. They don't know really where they're trying to end up or where they're trying to go. Some of you are in a state of depression because you're wanting things to happen, but you're not clear about what exactly you want to happen for your life. Having a vision for your life gives you a sense of direction. If we do not have a sense of direction, we end up lost. We end up confused. And because we're lost and confused, that breeds frustration, that breeds depression, that breeds so many issues that come along with having no vision for your life. I mean, just think about it. It can be scary. You end up in places, you end up in things that you had no intention or plan on being involved in. Like I said before, life is what you make of it. What are the things that inspire you? What are the things that you're passionate about? What are the things that you see yourself doing? What are the things that you're good at? What are your strengths? Focus on that. Step number 2 is strategize. So think of your goals or your vision for your life as your destination, right? And the steps that you take to get closer to your destination or your goals are your objectives. So when you strategize, you are working on the GPS of how to get to your goals. You're working on the directions. You're working on how to get there. So for example, if your goal is to lose 20 or 30 pounds before the end of the year, your objectives or your directions or the steps you take that bring you closer to that goal by the end of the year is maybe to sign up for a gym membership, to go to the gym, because a lot of us will sign up but we won't even show up. Okay, so sign up and show up. Second of all, create a meal plan that includes healthy and nutritious foods and actually eat those foods. Don't just buy them and let them sit in your refrigerator. Third of all, drink more water. Do the things that are going to bring you closer to where you want to be. How bad do you want to achieve these goals? You will make it happen if you want it bad enough. What is your strategy? What is your game plan? You know, think about it like that. And once you've strategized, now it's time to actually go ahead and start taking action steps. But now, before we can even do any of this, we must, number 3, believe in ourselves. A lot of us do not believe in ourselves. Now, I know this is a very cliche thing to say, believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. But let me tell you guys, it is so important to believe in yourselves. Because if you don't believe that you can actually get things done, you're not even going to try. You're not even trying. It ain't going to happen. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So first and foremost, believe in yourself. Believe that you are smart enough. Believe that you are competent. Believe that you are adequate. Each of us are equipped with talents, with abilities, intelligence, and intellect and wisdom. Okay, we are each unique in our own form and fashion. And we have that all sitting inside of us. And a lot of us are sleeping on ourselves. We're sleeping on the potential that has been placed on the inside of us since when we were created, since before we were even born. It's in you. If you have life today, it's because there is a purpose for the life that you have. Okay, and it's time for us to stop doubting ourselves and start believing that we can make things happen, that we can cause change, that we don't have to stay the same way we were before. We can be totally different people if we put our minds to it. A lot of us have allowed doubt, negativity, insecurities to rob us of a future that is so bright. We've allowed depression, we've allowed just shame to steal our future. It's time that we stop doubting ourselves. It's time that we stop saying, not me, I'm not good enough, I can't do that. You can do it. The world is waiting for you to start believing in yourself, because guess what? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. You have no idea what type of change you can begin to affect in other people, what inspiration you can spark in others just by your ability to make change in your life. So many people have reached out to me on my YouTube channel, have commented and reached out to me on Instagram DM and said, you don't know what you've done. You've inspired me. You've motivated me to do something different with my life. I want to help teens and I want to help people and I want to move and I want to get out of this environment and I want to do something different with my life. You don't know how powerful your life is to other people. When they see you doing what you love, when they see you striving for better, it makes them want to do it. It encourages them. You know, and I think that that's what life is all about. That when you begin to believe in yourself and you stop letting the doubt creep in, when you stop letting the negative thoughts creep in, when you stop letting that negative self-talk, when you quiet those things down and shut them out and begin to affirm yourself and say, I can do all things, right? I am capable. I'm confident. It's so important to speak life into yourself. It's so important to affirm yourself, because it causes a difference in your mood. It causes a difference in the way that you talk about yourself. And let me tell you something. Words have power. That's something that my mother taught me. Words have power. So you need to combat those negative thoughts, not by staying in bed all day or moping around. No, about getting serious about what your goals are and telling yourself, I can do it. I believe in myself. A lot of us have psyched ourselves out of achieving goals because we've convinced ourselves that people like us don't reach those types of heights, don't accomplish those types of things. But guess what? Just because you have not seen it in your family, just because it hasn't happened in your inner circle, just because the people in your neighborhood perhaps have not reached those goals or accomplished much, doesn't mean that it can't start with you. It can start with you, because you can change and shift your mindset into a mindset that's unstoppable. You know, where we put our thoughts is who we end up being. So if your thoughts are filled with negativity and doubt, guess what? Your life is going to reflect that. But if your thoughts are filled with positivity, if your thoughts are filled with confidence in yourself and in your abilities, then guess what? Your life will flourish. These steps may be simple. These steps may seem a little corny or cliche to you, but guess what? Apply them and watch what happens. You're going to look back at your life by the end of the year and say, wow, I was a different person back then. I'm not the same person. And isn't that the best feeling? To say, hey, I may have started out depressed. I may have started out suicidal. I may have started out isolated. But guess what? I made new friends. I have a new job. I have peace in my soul. I'm happy. I wake up every morning grateful for the things that I do have. When I see stories of people who started out with nothing, and somehow make it to the top. It takes work. Don't get me wrong. It takes a lot of work. But these are small, simple things that begin where? Inside of you. Before you can make an outward change, you got to make an inward change. You got to start getting your ideas out, writing down your goals. Number 2, strategizing. How am I going to accomplish this? What steps am I going to take to get closer to this destination? And number 3, believe in myself. Believe in yourself. I can do it. It's possible. I'm strong enough. I'm smart enough. I'm disciplined enough. I hope that these steps, you guys, help you. And it doesn't just stop there. There's so many other ways to manifest your goals in 2020. So if you have any ideas and suggestions about other ways to manifest your goals, comment down in the section below. I want to hear about them. I want you guys to share in this community because that's what I want this channel to be about. I want you guys to share ideas and tips and ways. If you've done a vision board, let's hear about them. I love to connect with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. Stay tuned for the next, and once again,